Inglourious Basterds, a cinematic masterpiece. Inglourious Basterds burst onto screens in 2009. This wasn't your typical World War II flick. It was something bold, unapologetically Tarantino. From the get-go, it grabs you by the collar and doesn't let go. It's a wild ride through an alternate history, one where cinema becomes the ultimate weapon against tyranny. The film is a masterclass in tension building. Every scene crackles with energy. Characters in Inglourious Basterds are larger than life, from the charming yet terrifying Hans Landa to the vengeful Shosanna. Each one leaves an indelible mark on the story, but what truly sets Inglourious Basterds apart is its audacity. It dares to rewrite history. It's a love letter to the transformative power of film, and it's one hell of a ride. The film opens with a bang, or rather with an ominous quiet. We're in rural France, 1941. A dairy farmer works his land, but something's off. There's tension in the air. Then we see them, Nazi vehicles approaching. It's our introduction to Colonel Hans Landa, the Jew hunter. And what an introduction it is. Christoph Waltz's performance as Landa is mesmerizing. He's charming, intelligent, and utterly terrifying. Colonel Hans Landa. He sits at the farmer's table, all smiles and courtesy, but his eyes are cold, calculating. He's playing a game, and he knows he's winning. The farmer, Perrier Lapadite, doesn't stand a chance. Landa's interrogation is a masterclass in psychological warfare. He starts with small talk, asks for milk, compliments the farmer's daughters, but with each word, each gesture, he tightens the noose. Enter Lieutenant Aldo Raine. He's not your typical military man with his thick Tennessee drawl and distinctive neck scar. He's a character, all right. Raine's got a mission, a very special mission. He's putting together a team of Jewish American soldiers. Their goal? To strike fear into the heart of the Third Reich. They're the bastards, and they're about to make the Nazis' lives a living hell. Lieutenant Aldo Raine. Raine's speech to his men is iconic. We're going to be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis. It's simple, it's direct, it's effective. He demands 100 Nazi scalps from each of his men. It's brutal, it's shocking, but in the context of the horrors of the Holocaust, it feels justified. The bastards aren't just soldiers, they're avengers. They're the embodiment of Jewish rage against their oppressors. The bastards operate behind enemy lines. They're guerrilla fighters, ambush experts. They don't just kill Nazis, they terrorize them. Terrorize. We return to Shosanna, a figure of resilience and determination. The girl who narrowly escaped Landa's clutches, a harrowing experience that left an indelible mark on her soul. She's no longer a frightened child. She's a woman now, walking the streets of Paris with a newfound confidence and purpose, living in Paris under an assumed name, Emmanuelle Mimieux. She runs a cinema, a place that has become her sanctuary, her fortress against the chaos of the world outside. But the past isn't done with her yet. The shadow of war looms large over Paris, threatening to engulf her once more. The war has followed her to Paris, bringing with it memories of pain and loss, but also a burning desire for justice. And with it comes an opportunity for revenge, a chance to strike back at those who have wronged her. Shosanna's life takes an unexpected turn when Frederick Zoller enters the picture, a man whose presence stirs a mix of emotions within her. He's a German war hero celebrated for his exploits on the battlefield, a sniper who single-handedly took out an entire company, a feat that has made him a legend among his peers. Now he's the star of a Nazi propaganda film. Nation's pride. He's smitten with Shosanna, unaware of her true identity and the storm brewing within her, but she sees him for what he is. An enemy, a symbol of the regime that has caused her so much suffering, a reminder of all she's lost. Yet she plays along, navigating the complex situation with a calculated mind. Because Zoller's interest in her presents an opportunity she can't ignore, an opportunity to turn the tables on her oppressors. Through Zoller's influence, Shosanna's cinema is chosen to host the premiere of Nation's Pride. It's a nightmare scenario, yet also a golden opportunity. Her sanctuary will be filled with the highest-ranking Nazi officials, including Hitler himself. The stage is set for a confrontation that could change the course of history. Section 5. Operation Kino, the British plan to end the war. Meanwhile, across the channel, British intelligence is cooking up a scheme of their own. They call it Operation Kino. The target, the same cinema premiere that Shosanna is planning to destroy. The Brits don't know about Shosanna's plan, of course. They've got their own agenda. And it involves explosives. Lots of explosives. Their goal, to take out the entire Nazi high command in one fell swoop. At the center of this plan is Lieutenant Archie Highcox. He's a film critic turned soldier, fluent in German, knowledgeable about cinema, the perfect man for the job. His mission is to rendezvous with the Bastards and a German double agent. Together, they'll infiltrate the premiere and blow it sky high. It's a daring plan, a game changer. If it succeeds, it could end the war overnight. Section 6, the Tavern Showdown, a tense game of cat and mouse. The rendezvous point for Operation Kino is a tavern called La Louisiane. It's supposed to be a quiet meeting, in and out, no fuss, just a simple exchange of information. But this is a Tarantino film. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Expect the unexpected. What unfolds in this tavern is one of the most tense, nail-biting sequences in cinema history. It's a masterclass in building and sustaining tension, a true testament to Tarantino's storytelling prowess. Highcox, von Hammersmark, and two of the Bastards enter the tavern. It seems empty at first, perfect, just what they hoped for, but then they realize it's full of German soldiers, celebrating a comrade's newborn son. The atmosphere is deceptively jovial. It's a powder keg waiting to explode. The tension is palpable. One wrong move, one slip in their German accents, and it's all over. The stakes couldn't be higher. The scene is a linguistic minefield. Every word must be chosen carefully. Every word, every gesture could give them away. Enter Major Hellstrom. He's drunk, he's suspicious, and he decides to join their table. His presence is a ticking time bomb. What follows is an excruciating game of cat and mouse. Hellstrom probes, Highcox deflects, the verbal sparring is intense. The tension builds to unbearable levels. Each second feels like an eternity. It's like watching a high-stakes poker game where the chips are lives. Every glance, every word is a gamble. You know it's going to end badly. The question is not if, but when and how. Section 7, Cinema, Inferno, multiple plans collide. The stage is set for an unforgettable night. The night of the premiere arrives and the atmosphere is electric with anticipation. The cinema is packed with Nazi brass, the elite of the regime, all gathered for this grand event. Hitler himself is in attendance, adding an air of gravitas and danger to the proceedings. Tension hangs in the air like a thick fog, almost palpable to everyone present. Three separate plans are about to collide. Shosanna's revenge, the Bastard's mission, and Landa's own machinations. Each plan meticulously crafted, each with its own deadly intent. It's a powder keg waiting to explode, and explode it does. In spectacular, fiery fashion, the likes of which no one could have anticipated.
Shosanna's plan kicks into gear first, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. As nation's pride plays on screen, she prepares to unleash hell, her mind racing through every detail of her plan. Her lover and projectionist Marcel is ready with the nitrate films, the highly flammable reels that will turn the cinema into an inferno. They're going to burn this place to the ground, leaving nothing but ashes and memories.
Meanwhile, the Bastards are in position, their nerves steeled for the mission ahead. Despite the setback at the tavern, they've managed to infiltrate the premiere, their resolve unshaken. Raine and another Bastard are posing as Italians, their accents thick and their disguises barely convincing. It's a comical disguise, but it works just barely. They blend into the crowd, unnoticed by most. Landa, ever the clever predator, sniffs out the plot. His instincts are razor sharp and he senses something amiss. He captures Raine and another Bastard, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt, but he doesn't expose them. No, he has other plans, more cunning and sinister. No, Landa has his own endgame in mind, a scheme that could change the course of the night. As the film reaches its climax, all hell breaks loose. The carefully laid plans erupt into chaos, each player fighting for their own survival in the inferno. Section 8. Landa's betrayal and surrender, a twist in the tale. As the cinema burns and the Nazi leadership crumbles, Colonel Hans Landa reveals his true colors. He's no loyal Nazi, he's an opportunist, a survivor. With the Reich clearly on its last legs, Landa makes his move. He captures Raine and Utivich, but not to kill them. No, Landa has a proposition, a deal that will save his skin and end the war in one stroke.
Landa's offer is audacious. He'll allow the mission to proceed. He'll permit the assassination of Hitler and the Nazi high command. In exchange, immunity, a full pardon for his war crimes, a medal, and a house on Nantucket Island. It's breathtaking in its audacity. Landa, the Jew hunter, wants to emerge from this war as a hero. It's a twist that only Tarantino could pull off.